book of First Peter, chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "For as much then as Hamashiach has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind." I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to my apostles, the elders, the bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. All right, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. So it says, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that hath suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. Right. And when you think about, what the Lord did on that cross for us, man, all right, and the things that he said to us, he said, the servant is not greater than his master. We're coming into some pretty tough times. It's one thing to speak about it, but it's another thing to live it. All right. And all the prophecies are being fulfilled, man. All right. And we're that much closer to the Lord coming and delivering us out of this place, man, if we be a part of that number. All right. The Lord's going to deliver us out of this hellhole, man. All right. Much faith is needed in these days ahead, man. Much faith. All right. Much prayer. All right. Because we're gonna be, we're gonna be tested. All right. The Lord's gonna see if we're worthy. All right. All right. He's gonna test and see who has integrity. All right. So these days, all right, of this ministry being on the highways and the hedges, this is closing up, man. All right. The Lord is gathering his elect into that ark, man, and sooner or later that ark's going to be closed. I'll think about it, like the time that we coming into, man, it's about to get hectic out here, man. And we need to, always be praying to the Lord to protect us, man. Protect our families, the brothers, all right, the elders, It says, "For as much then as Mashiach had suffered for us in the flesh." Right. Let's go into that real quick. Right. It says, this phrase connects to a broader context of Mashiach's suffering, particularly his crucifixion, which is central to Christian theology. The use thereof indicates a conclusion drawn from previous teachings, all right, specifically redemptive sufferings of Hamashiach's. 1 Peter 3:18. Let's look up that. In the NLT, it says, Hamashiach suffered for our sins once for all time. He never sinned, but he died for sinners to bring you safely home to Yahweh. He suffered physical death, but he was raised to life in the spirit. That's right, man. The KJV says, "For Hamashiach also hath once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to the Most High Yahweh, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit." That's right, man. See, the Lord's Spirit is with us. We're going to need him to quicken our spirits these days, man. It's going to be some stuff that's going to be hard to see, man. All right, we got to put on that Ephesians 6:12, right? It says, the physical suffering of Yahushua is a fulfillment of the Old Testament prophecies, such as Isaiah 53, right? Which speaks of the suffering servant. This suffering was not only physical, but also spiritual. Yeah, the things that the Lord went through, all right? All right, he taught us about it's going to be a spiritual war, You're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to go through persecution. It could get physical. You might they gonna throw you in the jail for a certain amount of time, and He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. The endurance is through physical and spiritual things, man. All right? War for your mind, war for your, things being taken away from you. All types of war happening, man. All right? And you're going to have to be steady. We're going to have to keep our minds focused on the Lord, man. And praying fervently, all right, in the spirit, man. All right? That the Lord continue to have our backs and through this fire, man. All right? Arm yourselves with the same resolve. It says the metaphor of arming oneself suggests preparation for the battle. Preparation for the battle, man. We going into battle. All right? Jacob's trouble about to be crazy, man. All right? And you can see it. You can see it coming, man. Everything's expensive. Ain't nobody can find the jobs. They can't find places to live. All types of people. Ain't no jobs hiring. Ain't no joblessness at an all-time high, man. People are going into their 401ks, sleeping in their cars, sleeping in storage units, man. All right. People are suffering mentally, physically, and spiritually. All right, but, the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. You see, that Isaiah 33:6 is going to come in to play during this battle, man, because we are in a war, a spiritual war, man. It says preparation for battle, indicating that believers are to adopt a mindset of readiness and determination, right? You never know when things can just pop off. We often think about that. You might be at work, you might be, in traffic, and things could just be popping off, man. Things can start popping off, man. All right. The Lord said it was going to. It says, adopt a mindset of readiness and determination. This resolve is akin to a mindset of Yahushua Mashiach, who willingly endured suffering for a greater purpose. That's right. It says the call to arm yourselves implies a proactive stance in the face of trials, echoing Ephesians 6:11-17, man. Beautiful, man. Right. The full armor of Yahweh. You're going to have to need that. You're going to need that in these days, man. All these things going on, all around you, man. It's wicked and evil all around us, man. It's just, the Lord wasn't protecting us with his force, with this force field, this invisible, like the spirit. Hey, it's all types of demons that's trying to get us, man. All types of things that you can't see trying to attack you, man. In the middle of the night, we still go through it. Sleep paralysis, demons messing with you. Constantly praying, man. Like our lives, it's a constant battle, man. Constant war with forces unseen, man. All right. Constant war, all right, with the devil trying to take over your mind. It's a constant war, man. That's where he thrives at, man. So we got to keep our mind right, man. Keep our spirit right, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Yeah, man, all types of wiles, man. All types of things happening every single day. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, man. Against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. Right. Against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. We wrestling against all types of things, man. Things unseen. Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. The wiles of the devil. Everything is testing you, man. This is hell of temptation every single day. That's why you must pray, man. Keep your prayer, all right, at the forefront, man. Praying to the Lord and blessing the Lord, giving the Lord his praise. All right. asking the Lord for forgiveness every single day, man. It ain't just like a one-time thing. No, you're supposed to be repenting all day, every day, man, in the fear of the Lord, man. Yeah, man. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh. That's right, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. Because guess what? The evil day is coming, man. And having done all to stand, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. Right. And having on a breastplate of righteousness and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. That's right, because this truth is our peace, man. All right, understanding what we know, going back to that Isaiah 33:6, man. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, man. All right, while everybody else is about to be freaking out, we're going to be calm in the fire. You know why? Because the Lord going to be protecting us in the fire, man. The Wadi Yaha Bashimi Awashai. Above all, taking on the shield of faith. Right, you got to have huge faith, whereby you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, because they're coming after you, man. They're coming after you, man. And if your faith is dwindling, man, you know that's easier for them to get in there in your mind. It's easier for them to, to dwell, man. All right, and stick around a while. All right. So we got to pray, man. Pray the Lord give us a sound mind. Pray that the Lord keep you on the right path, man. You know, that He keeps you reading, keep you in this comfort, man. Because this is it right here, man. Our faith. All right, our faith that, Lord willing, we be part of that elect, man. All right, and we still doing the videos. We still going out. We still, the Lord must be doing something. Man's goings are of the Lord. You know, be thankful for that, man. Give the Lord praise, honor, and glory, man, for keeping us this far. You know, there's a bunch going on, man. Yeah, Romans chapter 13 and 11, it says, and that knowing the time, that now is the high time to wake out of sleep. Right. Knowing the time. Now is a high time to awake out of sleep, man. You best know for sure you're going to be persecuted. For sure they're going to find out something at your job, or, people, they're going to try to come and get us, man. For sure we on a list. That's for sure, man. All right. But guess what, man? We have faith in the Lord. It says, in that knowing the time, that the time is now, is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. That's right, man. See? Now is our salvation nearer than when we believed, man. And you can feel it. You can feel it in the air, man. All right. Going back to 1 Peter 4. And let's do this. For 1 Peter 4, and I wanted to read this too. Verse 7, it says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Constantly praying, man, and watching. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, man. Going back, it says, but the end of all things is at hand. And you can see it, man. Be ye therefore sober-minded, man, and watch unto prayer. Constantly watching, being circumspect, constantly praying, man. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourself. That's right, man. For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality once to another without grudging. As every man have received a gift, even so minister the same one to another. And that's what we keep on doing this work, man. All right, watching over the brothers, praying for the brothers, man. That's what it's about, man. Shalom.